What's going on, my fellow A-Plusers? Welcome back once again to a brand new episode. It is I, your Morphinominal host, Adam Perez, back once again, ladies and gentlemen, as we're about to get into Mighty Morphin issue number 5 from Boom Studios for my fellow comic book fans out there. Early access for our Patreons, and of course this video will in fact be posted later on this weekend for our regular subscribers and viewers of our channel, so thank you very much for your continued support, ladies and gentlemen. But today we're going to be getting into Mighty Morphin issue number 5, coming to us straight from Ryan Parrott and Marco Rena themselves, as we wind up getting ourselves a brand new issue, because today is in fact Wednesday, brand new comic book day, ladies and gentlemen. So if you have not had the opportunity to check out your local comic book store and pick up your copy, please go ahead and do so. And if you're not able to get to your local comic book store, you can also download them digitally through Comixology.com, and I do believe you do get a little bit of a minor discount if you go that route as well, ladies and gentlemen. So definitely go ahead and pick up this week's latest issue. I've actually been a really big fan of what Ryan Parrott's been doing with this particular series, a little bit more so than when it comes to Power Rangers, but I have my own issues with that, and you guys have certainly seen my past reviews, so I'm not going to get too heavy into that, but I do want to focus on the series that I am so incredibly thrilled with. This actually picks us up after last month's episode, or issue I should say, where we wind up actually getting the reveal of who the Green Ranger certainly is. So spoiler alert if you have not had the opportunity to read that issue, because we will be talking about it in great detail here in this week's issue, guys. So let's go ahead and start tackling Mighty Morphin issue number 5. First and foremost, give Marco Rena a hand for his amazing artwork here. This is just one splash page, or maybe like a 80% splash page, if you will, here, of getting the opportunity to see the Green Ranger in his morphing sequence. I absolutely loved it. I think it looks brilliant and breathtaking. And there's another great shot in here too of the Dragon Zord as it's coming out of the bay. I just thought it was just an epic artwork, to certainly say the least. So continuing to certainly impress me, not only artwork style but writing as well. So guys, when it comes to the Green Ranger, we have in fact been revealed that it is in fact Matt. Shout out goes out to Nightmare 10 and the Power Scoop over on Twitter. I believe they were probably one of the first people that I remembered making the theory that they personally believe that Matt certainly was going to be the Green Ranger, and it certainly turned out to be true. You know, when it comes to Matt, I have a on and off sort of feeling about Matt, to be honest with you, because of the fact that I came into Mighty Morphin series just as we wind up getting into the Grace Sterling Ranger storyline. I believe I missed at least the first portion of Matt's introduction into the team, his relationship and such, or his interest, I should certainly say, in regards to Kimberly a little bit. So, you know, I've had my on and off feelings in regards to Matt, how I feel about him as a character, but I honestly think that this is a great sort of spot for him. Considering the fact that in the beginning of this issue, we do kind of, this issue really just kind of encapsulates the 5 weeks of Matt's life, sort of leading up to not only him becoming the Green Ranger, but also revealing his secret identity at the very end of issue number 4. So I love the fact that Ryan gives us an entire issue to get us caught up as to exactly how Matt did become the Green Ranger and what's been going on in his life ever since then. And I thought this was a really great focus issue for him, because you do get to see the opportunity that Matt winds up getting in here to sort of be a hero at the very beginning. Clearly recognized for all of his hard work by Billy and Grace Sterling in the past, and just in time when he winds up saving somebody's life, they do go ahead and bring him into Promethea, and it's just full throttle, just all systems go from here. Like, Matt, we don't have much time, man. Do you want to be a Power Ranger? You know, this opportunity is not going to come by only once in a lifetime sort of thing. I can find my other candidates if you want, or do you want this position? And regardless of him not really knowing what he was getting himself into, Grace and him certainly thrusted himself into this position. And I will say this, I do think I'm going to be really fascinated by the relationship of Grace and Matt, because technically Matt is her first Power Ranger, if you will. The guy even like congratulates her for really forming a new team of Power Rangers, or at least a new Power Ranger for herself personally, and that's definitely what Grace Sterling has been trying to achieve here. But I love the fact of just the what they're teaming up here is certainly going to mean for Matt. I think the idea of having somebody like a Grace Sterling, I don't want to say necessarily as a mentor, but having somebody that has been in the shit before, that's been in the battle, has been a Power Ranger once. This outcome maybe just didn't necessarily go the way that she certainly wanted it to certainly say the least. So I just think it's a really perfect fit for these two, for somebody like Grace to be able to give Matt advice, from her particular point of view of what she's experienced as being a Power Ranger in the past. So I love the way that she just kind of handles everybody in here. She really is sort of the commander of Promethea. You could see her just giving orders to everybody, if you will. And I really enjoy her mindset, to certainly say the least, and really her belief of the idea that Power Rangers kind of have to change and sort of take that next step, if you will. The idea that what Zordon's Power Rangers are meant to do is to protect the Earth, whereas she really has the idea of like, maybe we should prevent things from actually happening before they actually happen, if you will. So I love the mind state that Grace is certainly in, and I love what Ryan Parrott did with her in this particular issue, to really just showcase why she's the commander of Promethea, and just really sort of that extra voice in the ear of Matt to kind of help him get through all the stuff, tough love at times, I'm not going to be nice to you all the time type of thing, right? But just kind of really mentally and trying to get him prepared for the obstacles ahead, because they're very dangerous, to certainly say the least. And even though Matt certainly doesn't know how to fight or anything like that, he is a rather athletic gentleman. I mean, the guy was part of the football team, if you will. So, whenever you get brand new Power Ranger abilities, it just sort of takes over for you. As long as you are a capable human being, I think you're certainly more than fine. But I really did enjoy just what we wind up getting here. Going back to the story of, I think it was the Dark Rangers arc, if you will, when he wind up popping up, and again, all the way to the point of him revealing himself. So absolutely great stuff here that we wind up getting from Matt, along with Grace Sterling here this week. And I do want to talk a little bit also just really about the cost that this kind of puts on Matt's life, because not only does he wind up having to disregard a scholarship to possibly go to college, right? The idea that he is fully invested in becoming a Power Ranger, and with that means Power Rangers becomes your number one responsibility. I love the pushback that he winds up getting from his family here, not truly understanding why he wants to leave, a bright future behind. I think he gives some excuse that he just wants to help the public and, join community programs or whatever the case may be to kind of help people out. And while his parents certainly do support him, to say the least, that they're certainly super confused as to why he's doing what he's doing, but they're not going to be confused anymore, because him revealing himself, his identity, is definitely, if you ask me, probably going to bring a ton of problems his way, right? Anytime you reveal who you are, you're only putting yourself in danger, along with your loved ones and your friends in danger. But luckily for Matt, his friends are in fact Power Rangers, so that probably will help. But this certainly will answer a lot of questions for his parents. But I am wondering what the ramifications of this are going to be, right? He learned from Kimberly in this issue that rules are meant to be broken, and considering the fact that Grace really wants to bring Power Rangers into a new era and do things differently, I think the idea of Matt revealing his identity is certainly one of those aspects. I mean, clearly she's probably not going to be that thrilled with the idea of him revealing his identity, but it's certainly something that was probably needed. Like for me, I will be interested to see if his reveal will now make the other Rangers want to reveal themselves, or maybe they understand the risks of revealing their identities and maybe try and have Matt take it back, or whatever the case may be. You know what I mean? I'm not quite sure, but I am fascinated to see what sort of dilemmas might actually come out of everybody certainly knowing his secret identity at this point in time. It definitely feels like a new era of Power Rangers is certainly about to begin. Couple of quick honorable mentions in here that I definitely wanted to talk about. I loved his little connection here with Kimberly, and also just the idea of Kimberly kind of immediately recognizing that whoever the Green Ranger is, that she immediately feels comfortable with him. And I think now that she knows Matt is in fact the Green Ranger, this will probably bring some relief to her, so she can understand why she feels the way that she does when she's around the Green Ranger, because it's Matt. It's somebody that she clearly cares about. You know what I mean? The idea of having Matt on the team, Is that going to bring up more love triangle issues, right? Tommy's still part of the team. Kimberly's there, and now Matt. It should be interesting to see what that relationship is certainly going to be like. But Matt already has friends with people on the team. I think he's close with Rocky along with Kimberly from time to time. So he should fit in pretty well with the occasional snub from Tommy maybe. So I am eager to see what we wind up sort of getting into in here. And for me, I love the idea of him getting a chance to meet up with Billy, because listen, Billy's about to get his asshole ripped. All right, the team is going to come down on Billy hard because of the fact that he's one of the only people on this entire team that has known what's been going on and has blatantly been keeping it a secret. Like Aisha's gotten on his case already for knowing who the Green Ranger is and not wanting to tell the team. So now that Matt has revealed himself, yeah, Billy, it's about to come down on Billy really hard, and he's been lying straight to the face of Zordon as well. So I am eager to see how Zordon is certainly going to take, I don't want to say the betrayal, but you know, the idea of Billy keeping that secret from him. But this moment with Billy does lead to a great shot of Matt just sort of getting acclimated with the Dragon Zord. I think it was pretty cool, Matt talking to his Zord for the first time. You're trying to get him comfortable with him and stuff. I probably would talk to my Dragon Zord too, so I can't even complain there. But I just thought it was a breathtaking shot of seeing the Dragon Zord come out of the bay. Just beautiful artwork overall by Marco Rena here this week for sure. But yeah, other than that, guys, I definitely would recommend checking it out if you certainly have not done so as of yet. Great action pieces in here. Again, kind of getting you caught up to all the moments that we've seen the Green Ranger in so far in the first 4 issues here, and really allowing us to see how it's kind of all connected to Matt and just his storyline. So fantastic work here for sure when it comes to Ryan Parrott. But listen, guys, at the end of the day, though, I definitely want to go ahead and know your thoughts. What did you think of issue number 5 of Mighty Morphin? Were you as hyped as I certainly was getting the truth finally revealed to us in the full? Go ahead and let us know in the live chat or the comment section box below after this particular video winds up airing. But other than that, guys, I think that's probably going to go ahead and do it for us here. If you want to follow us on social media, you can do so right here at aplusopinions. Very active over on Facebook and Twitter, and you can also check us out on Instagram as well as Twitch for you gamers out there also. And if you love our content and you certainly want more, hit that big thumbs up. That big like button certainly does go a long way, ladies and gentlemen. But other than that, that's going to do it for us here. So do me a big favor, take care of yourselves, take care of each other, and as always, keep it A+. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.